Man, yesterday was one of the most fun days at work I've ever had. And I'm super looking forward to a lot more days like that coming up. Sweet stuff. So what I'm gonna do today is shape out this turn, and like I've said in the past on some of my other videos, what I like to do is kind of feel out the main line where you're going to be riding. So probably about 2/3 up on your corner, and I'll start by carving out a single line about a shovel width wide, and following it around the whole turn. And what I'm going to try and do is carve out as little as possible and basically make it as little possible, the least amount of work possible to finish this thing. Because if you start by just trying to finish one section at a time, what you might run into is a spot where it's really dipped down in one spot or really high in another spot. So what I highly recommend is doing a simple line of where you want to ride all the way across, and then working from there. So I'll carve this line out in the middle, check the angle of it, make sure it's in that 40 degree-ish range, and then I'll carve the rest of the corner out from there, just leaving the bottom of the turn for the transition. So there'll be a long bit of really steep part and then a sharper transition towards the bottom. If you leave the bottom kind of flat like it is right now, people will wash up into the turn a lot, and it'll be a bit more maintenance actually down the road. So this helps a bit to keep the turns real steep, and then just carve the bottom out for the transition. All right, let me show you step 2. Step 1, stack the berm, tractor work. I guess there's a bunch of little steps to that, but when you go to shaping the berm, back side of the berm is pretty much shaped out first. Like I've said before, that's always key, to make sure the whole back of your berm is pretty stacked and pretty solid. Which it is. So what we did now is, like I said, this isn't packed in at all, I just stepped on it, but I try to make a perfect run through the sweet spot in the turn. It doesn't have to be in that exact sweet spot. Okay, now we're on to step 3. We're going to be carving the turn out. So we're not even going to be working on the top part yet, but from where I have carved out already, I'm going to start carving out more down from there, standing on the top of the berm. And also along my way across, I might try and get things a little bit more level, and after I'm done carving, we'll work on the top. So here's the end of step 3 right here. I didn't carve down super far because it got really thick, and we got options for that later. So between step 3 and step 4, between all these steps, if you need to, you got to water, so I'm not even counting those as steps. So that's what I'm going to do next. However, this berm, I got a little bit of the top done on step 3, and then step 4 is finishing the top. So now that I have all this nice dirt, I'll pick the best dirt and put it on the top to get it all level and stacked, probably about 10 inches thick on the top. Especially when it packs down, it might even be thicker. Okay, so going into step 4, I'm going to be patching up this top spots, not worrying at all about this dirt down here until we get to step 5. All right, we just finished up step 4. Check it out. Here's the top of the berm. Got it all packed in probably about 75% of the way. It's been packed about 3-4 times lightly, and I did a lot of toss and smearing. I'm tossing up all this fine dirt I'm carving out down here, and filling in any tiny low spot and just trying to get a really consistent pack and a really consistent corner as far as the curve. This part is tedious. I've done it hundreds of times, so this part took me 4 or 5 hours. 5 hours, I'd say, of just step 4. And I guess I didn't even quite finish. There's still a few more feet, but even that would take me about 15-20 minutes, working really fast and hard to finish that. So obviously I can work my way down a little bit from here. I needed to add a little bit of water. That's why I didn't quite finish these spots. I just watered it and let it sit. I walked a lot on the top, but I don't like to pack those in really hard right away because I need the dirt to have somewhere to have the moisture come out. Otherwise, if you pack in the tops of the berms too early, they will crack to pieces. So step 5, what I'm gonna do is take this little custom shovel I made. Check out, I got these 2 shovels right here, and this is the one I'm gonna use for carving, and it's a little bit flatter angle. Probably not on flat ground here, but it is a flatter angle than that shovel. And the cool part about it is, for these taller berms, it's gotta be a foot longer. It's taller than me. So yeah, this thing up there on the berm, carving down and just working my way around and really trying hard not to carve in too deep anywhere. That's one of the big things. So I'm really gonna just work the next couple feet down below this, carving out, and then I'll actually come back down here and work it down here as well, and constantly be working my way back and forth across the whole berm, trying to keep it consistent.